situation. Both teams have split their paths really heavily since that fated match at lock-in. And even then, it was a major upset where we saw Fnatic taking Ascent away. To start the series off, it was the first map. They won 13-8 there. Fnatic have never been the best team in the world on this map. Loud certainly have for a period of time, but it's all about the here and now. You can't be living in the past.
Boaster close to the corner here, but he's got a crossfire set up. Him and Leo. Leo backing away. Spotted out and heard, but there we go. Back to the rest of the team here.
No swing.
Tucked to the corner. There was no swing, no attempt at a trade. Dashing forwards into the smoke. Boaster's just ignoring him. Doesn't want to try and take a piece out of Aspas, but Aspas certainly does. Straight into mid. Carved open. An area of the map now, but the anchoring positions of the Fnatic players is going to be really quite difficult to chew through. Do they really want to attempt this? Looks likely, yeah. Chronicle's positioning, immaculate almost. The positioning of the smoke just playing inside of this one, and Loud are really slowing this down now.
You can tell that they are aware Fnatic are going to have responses to everything they do, so they've always got to pump the brakes a little and wait for that to happen.
Shot's going wide. Still got a dash though. Durka wants another go at things. Can't quite land them though. What is 2 years up to?
Less in the meantime.
He's in the spawn.
Less in the meantime found a kill on Chronicle. It's all just down to Alpha, and they're waiting for him.
Yeah,
I mean, they just sent the spike to A and trapping Alpha in his box. That is a gorgeous pistol round from Loud. I was a little concerned when the first player falls to Boaster hiding in market and Aspas wasn't ready to capitalize, but I think that just shows you the respect that they have for Fnatic. Aspas is thinking, well, if I swing here, you know, Leo, I'm going to be opening my back to Leo. There might be Chronicle facing from market. So he really takes his time, slows it down, and makes sure that the dash into the smoke puts Boaster in a horrible spot. If this is the level of patience and diligence that Loud are going to bring to the game, we might genuinely have a revenge game on our hands.
There was definitely some questions about, you know, the map pool and the direction it went in, at least in my mind when I saw it, because I thought, you know, Loud a chance to go onto Haven. Durka.
Certainly. I mean,
cheeky.
That's what Barla was saying as well on the desk, and
yeah.
I agree. They've just looked phenomenal on Haven, but this is a map that historically Fnatic have had at the bottom of their pool. Not the very lowest, but towards the bottom. Does that mean anything?
Oh,
when
for Fnatic, that's still a very good map.
I mean, exactly. That's the problem. It was towards the bottom of their pool when they played at lock-in, and like I said, Fnatic were able to find the win there, but it wasn't this mirror matchup. At that point, you had Sadek playing the Viper. They were playing Viper Omen.
Yeah, it changes.
Yeah, very different. Having Cowanzine back in the Sova and playing this standard composition, Loud have got great ideas.
Real taste as well of the caution that's being delivered into these with the eco round. Oh, up against it, Loud. Don't want to misstep. They don't want to give away any of these advantages. Plant starting to go down here, but not setting themselves up.
Worrying for
Chronicle
Aspas.
has full utility and a paranoia for Boaster. They might want to make something of this.
This is so dangerous.
Very dangerous. Close to the corner. When is that smoke going to be fading? Well, kills still flying through. Alfie on the flank. Ooh, just spotted. Fortunate for Cowanzine with the timing.
You don't want to be taking dry fights against Alpha yet. He's just been unbelievable in this tournament and at Tokyo. The Les is currently wrapping people up on the other side of things, and what a matchup that is too, Brian.
Yeah, Alpha needs to go down here in some way or form, but certainly a matchup to be waiting for. The desk was also highlighting that, you know, the Les versus Alpha argument. Alpha making, getting the better of it right there, but also Alpha throughout the group stage. I mean, making me eat my words in terms of, you know, the top 20 lists.
I mean, he's tied #1 in first kill per round, playing center.
He's popping off.
That's unbelievable. And most of the time, he's allowing it to come to him. He's not going around hunting stuff as much as somebody like Les even is, I think, currently. I think he has played against Zeta and Billy, you know, who deserve their spots in the positions of the bracket that they were in, for sure. But it's not like Fnatic have faced any tests yet.
Exactly, and that's what really we've been waiting for. It's a bit of a test now for Fnatic. Here we go. Buy round online. Finally the rifles, and being held for the first signs of life with just damage. Definitely being done. Durka's got to respect that one.
Interesting play from Boaster and Chronicle over towards A main, but the fight's happening in market again. Durka tries to take an opening fight. Gets destroyed by Aspas, and Leo,
he doesn't know which way to look.
So distracted potentially by Les, who's been brought down to half, trying to take fights against Alpha.
This is Loud feeling fired up. This is their bonus round, excelling at it. It's a healthy one at that. Flash through. Alpha trying to take a peek of it again, but he's only got the Odin. It's a difficult weapon to make work in this scenario. He's lit up Has to hug the boxes so he doesn't get spammed out, but just every angle being watched for, and this, cautious approach to Loud are taking to the game. Hello, Alpha. Here to play, but eventually shut down towards the back of the site. And yeah, just to touch on it, I mean, Loud, they're taking the times and the moments. They're finding real awkward positions to punish the Fnatic players.
And on the pistol and the bonus, that's both come in market. That's been the area where they're putting the squeeze on Fnatic. They chose to try and take a bit of a trap between Boaster and Leo on the pistol, and here you see just the isolation. They know that Leo's around, Aspas gets pinged up, and it doesn't matter, they just force the fight anyway and win it. I don't think Dirk is expecting that duel to come to him as quickly, to be honest. I think he's expecting Aspas to be put off by the Sova utility. What a great start for Loud on their attack side.
Run away from the no command for Loud, he can start farming up some of these orbs. Might not be the goal in mind though. Spikes on Sadak, so hoping to try and get through this one without using too many ults. Earn it through this one. Flood attempt, running right around the corner here. Guardian in the hands of Boaster. He's lit up though.
Not the greatest fight to go for there.
He was hoping for a freebie, and wow, on either side here, Fnatic getting picked apart. Ooh, that's a bit awkward, yet still lands it.
It's still very, very diligent from Loud, though. It looks like a bit of a misstep there, but the Nanoswarm going towards Heaven, and the Molly's pushing away anybody that might be playing inside the smoke. Besides Alpha hitting something ridiculous with the Guardian like he did on Haven earlier in this tournament, this one should be sealed up.
He's going to go for this. They do have money. The loser's bonus kicking in potentially. Here we go. Spotted though. They're low. Dart to the side, maybe to set something up on top. Just missing that angle. Lovely shot again.
He's still popping.
Time is really running short. Yeah, you're seeing the form. It's there, flexing a little bit. But Loud winning another one. That's 4 in a row. Fantastic beginning.
Aspas is not... Oh, he just managed to survive, actually, so he's kept his gun into it. The bank is just unbelievable for Loud here. And not just that, the game simplifies when you win the opening rounds as heavily as this. They have a no command online now, and they know that Alpha, with his lockdown, is more likely to be playing retake on these sites. I wouldn't be surprised at all for Sadak to just read into this situation and have a very simple flowchart-esque idea of how he wants to approach this round. Now, as it happens, Alpha is not playing fully off-site. He does still have a Nanoswarm there, but he's playing outside of the 0-point range. The mind games are going to happen with both of these squads, though, because if Sadak expects them to be playing off-site, maybe he doesn't pop the null command, but it still comes through, and it is going to tag Alpha.
Here it is, though. Operator purchase for Dirk. Attacked. He's got to respect it. Before opening pickoff, it's going to be the Resdo potentially online. Sadak, no command, no punish inside again. A tap of the plan to try and again open up these sight lines. Boaster, it's gone down in mid. So let's just watch in that avenue.
Les is almost always going to be lurking on these kind of hits. Loud love to do 4-1 kind of setups, and this also allows them to pinch into tree if Les is allowed to survive, which is why they're clearing him out.
Away! He's just missed the timing. Chronicle. He's gifted with it. Lockdown is pushing him wide and out into the open. Loud corralled into the corner now. It's a 3v4, but they don't have any positioning onto the side, and it's fully being grouped up now. Bit of a tag onto it. Paranoia going all the way through. Alfie has so much trust in his teammates. He's sticking it all the way through. Needs to be some damage done, and it's just not there.
Instant response from Fnatic. Alpha getting it done with his lockdown. I think the awareness to be able to clear out Les is also absolutely crucial in that scenario. If you allow Les to hover around in this area and he feels safe, they could try and make a fight for the lockdown in tree, or he's just going to survive as a backstab element and make it so much more difficult for you to be able to stick the defuse. Fnatic need to get rounds on the board here. 4 is already good for Loud on the attack side, and they have so many more opportunities.
Bank that was built up that you were talking about prior. Plenty more money invested in these rounds here. Typical exchange over towards A. Meanwhile, Dirk is praying for that late lurk from Les. Just a little bit of a peek through tiles. Might get gifted it. There's the jump spot.
What a reaction.
And that is insane consistency.
Here comes a trap.
Tucked into wine. Flash, Paranoia, and all combines together for the absolute spray down.
Amazing setup there from Fnatic. One of the things that they do so well on Ascent is just the basics played to perfection. Their players are always going to be in the right position to get value out of utility like that. They've left 2Es in an impossible spot. If he plays this slowly, maybe Loud can just have a discussion about what went wrong. But they already know his positioning, Fnatic. Loud had some players very close to ultimates in that round. Had they been able to take A main control, suddenly Kawanzin would be able to access the Hunter's Fury. Or if Les was playing in that direction, they would have the lockdown. So Fnatic are choosing their spots to fight over these ult orbs really smartly.
30 seconds left.
And as you can see, the setup is very difficult to deal with. You've got the flash and the paranoia coming through at the same time. Potential for Chronicle to, use his fragment grenade to clear out the cubby, which he would try and hide in. It's just excellently done from Fnatic there. The timing picked was immaculate.
Yeah, really good game plan. Just weaving in the utility in that moment. He is going to be trying to keep onto this rival. No one's hunting him. There's plenty of chances, though. I mean, Fnatic did have the money for it, but still, it will be another round on the ball for them. So 2 now gained. And more critically as well, you're really stopping that snowball that you were talking about, because you get that early lead of Loud, you start building up the ultimate. Suddenly, you're looking at an unbelievable attack side. You're able to just really use them one after the other, get a string of rounds going, but it's been shut down at just the right moment here for Fnatic.
Loud are still going to have these ults available, so they can try and send another big round, but it won't hurt the Fnatic bank in the same way. It won't cause an avalanche.
Yeah.
Fnatic have their own retake ultimate in the null command to try and play around with. Alarm bot goes down mid to start this one off for Fnatic. And a 3-player stack over towards B.
Utility just going to be broken, and it is a stack here. Maybe a bit of a read as well. I mean, Loud have been setting their sights towards A. Most of the time when they go for these B hits, they send most players through mid.
Les is also quite aggressive. If you give him space in B main, Les is likely to walk through.
Someone needs to break this. But Alpha, did it spot him? I'm not too sure.
I think. Yeah, look at the way that Kawanzin is holding that right corner as Les spams. I think that has been detected. A one-way thrown from Boaster. And Fnatic are really heavily fighting over B main control, as they were over A main in the previous round, but this time it doesn't lead to deaths, and Loud can pivot through Catwalk if they want, or at least open space here.
Yeah, I mean, Loud are just trying to fake presence like they're going through here. That is a disgusting angle. Top of the box here, Sadak removed. IGL on IGL violence, but it's going to be explored by Loud, still the alarm bot.
That pressure has also pulled Alpha yet away from B main, so they can try this split a little more effectively.
Here we go. Here's the time just gets to be taken here. Lockdown has to be used to try and clear the way through. Dart is good as well. Hunter's Fury. Kawanzin with the tag. Chronicle. He's dropped to his knees. To get the ult off on time. Updraft to dodge it. Durka avoiding it. That'll be the res inside. Still the coverage is there, and time is really running short. There's only 20 seconds left into this one. Full containment. It's the name of the game here for Fnatic. Players are still alive, making sure that they don't leave any pieces
10
out
seconds.
wide. Here's the ult, but they don't have the spike just yet. Need to get themselves into the site. Kawanzin just breaking it. Still needs to be covered. 2 years covering the cross still. It's up to just Kawanzin. Gets the player down. Does not win that fight. So, good stuff from Fnatic. Felt a bit shaky at times, but I thought they slow it down at the right moments.
And the player that ends up having the play to win the round there with the weirdest KO ult I've seen in a while is Chronicle. He popped his KO ult as he's getting a Hunter's Fury, and it's not necessarily to try and cancel the Sova ultimate, though you will see that play occasionally. It's just to keep himself alive, and he's giving info and comms throughout the whole round about where these players... It's not bad for them, despite it being towards the bottom of their pool.
It's going to be the one-way smoke setup. Be a chance to fight over this one here.
Get out of my way.
Knives exchanged, but broken. So not going to be spotting out. Boaster, who's tucked himself into Wine, used the paranoia very early on and repositions back to safety. Mid now, it's going to be the focus here, but Durka is lying in wait. Operator spotting his targets. I don't even know if he intended that one.
That is the tiniest little grab.
It felt like he spotted just the leg of Sadak, actually, and just took the shot anyway, but Aspas falls. That was the player with the knives. Flash to set it up as well, the Odin spam. Fnatic, one of the best at really maximizing the usage of that gun. So many layers to their setup. I mean, there's a bit of a breather in this moment here, but it's up to Loud to explore, take some risks, see if they can take a shot or two. I love the reclearance.
And if Loud are going to play patiently like this, They are opening themselves up to re-clear strategies. That's a nice recon dart that finds value and a missed shot by Durka.
Hello.
There is still a possibility in this round.
Definite chances, and look at this. Chronicle is just distracting the entire time, more than that. Earned himself the kill, Shorty running him down. It's Leo finishing him off with the shockies, okay.
Durka was set at 1-5 before this round began and hits an astounding operator shot to open things up and make it very difficult for Loud. Take a look at this one on the replay.
It was the...
He spots, I think,
Sadak
the first
initially
time
goes to the re-peek and just shoots immediately, yeah.
And woe betide Loud if Durka comes online. Because at the moment, he's, working around in mid, not being offered too much. He's gotten one op shot onto less on the jump peak. And one kill there onto Aspas.
Smoke in his face. Hard pressed. Doesn't get much done here.
This is a very early drone.
Durka's going to make a go of this. Yep, straight through. It's pinpoint accuracy. Lovely punish of the drone, and he's in the moment plays. But the instant reaction from Loud.
Look at the fight over Heaven here.
Gaining the side as well over towards Heaven. I mean, it's Alpha who really shuts this one down. 2 years, you really want to keep going for this. Spam into the corner, the coverage. Sadak has got his teammates back here. Paranoia now being held, and they are set up for it. 3 versus 3. Lit up though, and here's the Hunter's Fury on Orthodox with the angle. Damage is being done. It's followed them right into them, straight through Tree Leo. It's magnificent. All the placement towards him. 2 years with so much more to do here. Left in the clutch, 1v3. No easy fight. Not for him, not in that instance here. That is just beautiful. Leo's utility and ult in that round was massive.
And for Fnatic to recover that situation after Loud had made a nice reaction, double pushing through Heaven. I don't know if you spotted it, Sadak's wallbang is ridiculous. I don't know if we're going to catch a glimpse of this. The opening fight, though, off the back of this Sova drone, magnificent. They know that Loud have been going for 4-1 strategies a lot. Here's the ult that you were talking about, Bren, that applied a ton of pressure early on. Sadak's got a wallbang angle that goes through
on Heaven
from
with the
so
coverage,
deep.
yeah.
That's Alpha's reaction to getting wallbanged there. Take a look at that one back in a VOD review or something. Apply it to your ranked games. That's nasty.
The money is still flowing, enough for weapons on either side. Same smoke. They're having to back away here. A lot of noise being made by Loud into mid. But this is a half that is, at this point, really getting away from them.
They're trying these A splits fairly frequently, but usually it's been the majority coming through main.
I think I've changed the setup up once more. Smokes here. Bit of blind fire.
But I love this call from Sadak. He knows that Althea has the lockdown, so he's going to be wanting to play with it towards tree. So if you do an A split on them, then you control the tree area, at least if you're able to get through to the site.
Scatter. 2 years. Up towards Heaven, looking for info.
He's looking specifically for Durka. Is the operator on A? Are we going to be able to get in?
Bottom mid not smoked though. Less!
Bad jump peek again, that's twice.
Yeah, punished for it. Gave Durka the precise timing that he was looking for. Flash. Trying to take this one. Nade at the feet of Alpha though. Got to back away. Quite stand still. Paranoia a bit delayed here. Fnatic are going to be more than ready. Alpha. Well, he's going to fall there. Aspas. Plenty more left to do. Durka running him down. He's hunting. Damage definitely done, and there's still the coverage.
Just using Sadak as a piece of bait. Look at him running away all the way back around through to A main to try and connect.
What they've got now is going to be quite brutal, but it's just, again, the angle's being spammed here. Leo, intelligence with it. Aspas might just be still taking control of the entirety of this round. 3 so far, and surely enough damage is done. Leo is left to do it. What can he find? Spike ticking away. Not enough chances for it, so Loud. Stemming the bleeding. It's 5-5, making it nice and even.
And a fantastically called round there. Love the idea of putting pressure into an A split with many more players towards Catwalk. It's this kill, though, that really matters. That's the lockdown removed. And then this, too, as Durka was so hungry to try and punish Sadak. Yeah, that's the kind of play that's going to make Mini a little bothered. Durka potentially hoping that some of his team had his back as he was sprinting forwards. Now you still have the lockdown to contend with. Cowanzine has an answer for it this time. What do we see?
Interesting angle here. What is that?
How has that gotten a kill?
Durka just watching down for it, but I mean, Aspas peaks that with the updraft ahead of the round, not even spotting this one out, still holding it. As there are attempts made as well to try and take, cat control, ripped away. This is a round that is looking pretty much sealed up. It's desperation on every single corner of the map, less. It's a cheeky one. One more player to deal with, that's Chronicle. Just hunting for him, Chronicle shuts that one down.
2 players spotted here for Quarantine, and a third for Durka very quickly coming over. This round has fallen to pieces instantly. It feels like there have been many of these moments where Fnatic's early round ideas just find a pick, and suddenly they're in a massively advantageous spot. For Loud, the win condition is being able to survive with a few players, even to make the rounds winnable. Could Quarantine do anything here?
No way.
Almost.
Almost hitting it, but yeah. Durka knows the angle to fire. Straight through it.
Loud are still going to have a fairly decent economy heading into the final round here of the first half. What is that? I don't understand. It looks like it's hit his toes.
Yeah, I mean, just insane reaction times. And I mean, Durka started this game off with a slow beginning, but now...
Did we miss the fact that Aspas had no armor or something? I just don't get that. It's ridiculous.
Nasty, nasty stuff. Last chance here in the first half.
Look at Loud holding so far back, ready for some kind of fast play. All at tiles, but not wanting to move forwards into mid or B main at all.
Taking a peek of it, Durka! Damage done on top of it to Sadak.
He nearly kebab skewered them all.
Absolutely. Unfortunate not to get away with it here. The Loud want to cancel, they want to go for this. I mean, time still on their side. Ult earned for Sadak, but they don't have the player advantage. Looks like they want to try and send this one. Still, Util is there. Hunter's Fury to the back of the side, but what angles are going to be watched for? You've got to try and get themselves into this one. Dodging, juking.
Uh-oh.
Oh, Sadak's gone down. A friendly fire. Dropped to his knees. That's a spike out in the open, and there needs to be an attempt to really make this any sort of go of this. 50 seconds here. Position gained once more by Chronicle. I mean, he's repositioned towards the back of the side. I don't think Loud are going to be aware of this.
No, I don't think so. Chronicle might have made the play here to win the round.
Bait and switch still. Angel's one out, but yeah, there's Chronicle. Finally, fight back towards the back of the sides.
He gets his
Don't ult
ult
rip. 30 seconds remaining. This is Loud just getting bogged down entirely. Spam into the corners.
Great shot.
Good one to win.
Boaster's in though.
Inside the smoke. Here's the taps. I'm going to be committed. Extension towards around here, but still that lockdown is brutal, and you can't really break that one easily. Lockdown for a lockdown. But every player here lit up! Like beacons here, points them towards it. Still, the lockdown's going to go off. There's no chance to break it! Alpha gets his down. Loud just corralling him and pushing him. And that's it, 6-6.
What an incredible recovery from Loud. Less making the play towards Market, but it's the recon from Quarantine that collects 2. And this is a 6-6 half already. Loud looking better than the time that they played Ascent at lock-in finals. This is deliberate so that Sadak can get revived to full health.
That is insane.
That's unbelievable.
That is actually insane.
I've never seen that before. I mean, at least I assume it was.
Yeah, I mean, I was assuming it was deliberate, but yeah, maybe not. I don't know. But cheeky. Anyway,
200 IQ.
That is it.
Fnatic are going to have to come out with some masterclass rounds from Bosa and some huge plays from the players to be able to win this one. It does look like Loud a setup potentially to take the first map.
Actually, that's a hard ask against a team like Fnatic. Dodging initial waves of utility. Here's the turret. Just trying to slowly lay claim to B main, but the shock dart actually. Bit of damage done. It's chunked him, hasn't it?
Durka is very weak. The recon as well. Nobody broke it.
They still want to commit to this. Yeah, it's disjointed still. Recognized. Nade towards their feet. Durka separated from the rest of his team, but luckily enough time board. He can get themselves into the side. Very low though, and yeah. With all that damage being done, it is easy pickings, isn't it? Loud now earning their spot. There's a flank attempt at the same time, straight through B main. And this is Fnatic, surrounded. All avenues, all fronts. Section of the side, don't need to force some of these fights out. With Fnatic falling, it has cracked open a potential chance. Aspas grasps it. A flank from Briar, really paying off.
Both pistol rounds go the way of Loud, and both looking quite simple for Fnatic. That one just designed to be a bit of a B hit, with Chronicle using his KO utility to fake like there could be presence on A. But frankly, the recon dart just broke the entire thing. Big mistake from Fnatic there. Cowan Zine had almost won the round before we even saw a gunfight. All of the chip damage, the recon giving away what the plan was, and Loud completely collapse onto Fnatic, taking away the second pistol.
Zine is in very good form currently. Needs to be the case if you're going to be trying to hold a candle to some of these Fnatic players. We know that they're capable of it. It's been that minor, you know, fall from grace ever so slightly for Loud. They've regained their footing ever so slightly at this event. But they'd love to keep it going.
And remember, this Fnatic team can be beat. We saw it before when they were having a rough day in the EMEA finals.
It feels like teams are almost forgetting that as well. Fnatic are reaching the level of, you know, reverence where you're showing so much respect. Yeah, to a certain degree. Tucked into mid here. Aspas, lots of chances to farm up some of these kills. And they're going to be finding them. Hook, line, sinker. Brought it down.
Very clean. Do Loud have some kind of strategy here to put... Oh my goodness, immediately we're seeing Aspas on the operator.
Okay.
I was looking, okay, maybe, you know, there's some kind of set play, maybe a flash and dash play, or some kind of spam from Cowan Zine. It looks like the op is going to be the win condition protect. Oh no, they've actually swapped it up.
Yeah.
They've sold it, gone for a Marshall, and instead have less buy a rifle. So not wanting to put all of their eggs in this round, not wanting to do economical damage to themselves if they're not able to convert the bonus.
Just making it a true bonus.
Fnatic on this map, usually extremely diligent. Going to be using Chronicle's utility, like this 0 point he's just thrown, to make sure every piece of the map is methodically taken away, squeezing the defenders further and further backwards until they can hit a side exec. What an interesting bounce start this is going to be for A-side.
I think that lands at the back of Jenny, but no, thinking against it.
Take flight.
Drone. Now a chance to get into the side as well for Fnatic. Clear in the corner there with the drone itself. Fnatic's able to just stand his ground and spam through that angle, but eventually they hit a reload and finally cross into the side. Plan starting to go down here for Chronicle. Shark Dart's ever so slightly off the mark. Paranoia, does that cause any sort of attempt to try and get into this one? Oh my god. Just raining bullets back and forth, hoping for a chance. Smoke still in their face though. Until that dissipates, they're going to be hard-pressed to really find anything. Traded out. Fight being taken still dose. That main control. Beautiful smoke to try and cross into this one for Loud here. 2 years. He's cut this one entirely. Oh, Leo brought down and out. Still tucked close to the corner poster, alive and kicking, with the rest of his team to help him out and bail him out. There's not too much else he can do.
Oh, Tucker! Backpedaling, 90-degree flick. Takes out less to finish the round. I do really like that smoke from 2E's to get back in through door. That's actually a smoke that I first saw Boaster using. I believe he was the person to innovate that kind of way of getting back in on too much. Loud are going to be coming into this one, though, with Aspas set up in B main, op in hand.
One suppressed.
And a very similar approach from Fnatic. Get Durka fairly deep and then rely on the KO utility. Here comes that 0 point to take A main control.
Meanwhile, though, there was a drone out towards B main, and it's getting that line-of-sight angle here for Aspas. All the information does not hit the jump spot, though. Good info gathered. At least for it. Still that attempt of a fight here. Fnatic falling.
What a cool dart. That dart is only useful if Loud were fighting back over A main.
Watching for it, though. As soon as Boaster goes down, you know there's some safety towards it. Dart just lay it on top of this utility. A chance to fight over this one. How'd he get one? All the way. It's unheard of.
Cowan Zine needs to hold until Aspas gets
it.
That
gets cleared. I mean, Leo, this brain's too big for me. He's left it down to Aspas. It's a 1v2 with the door closing. Still got a dash here.
The spike has not got into sight.
Hasn't crossed into main.
Alpha has turret to be able to peek.
Played this one well. Dash now fading on top of that one. Dart has to respect it and back around the corner in case the spam is there. Lovely util just to cover it so Alpha can cross. Rifle picked up. Aspas make anything of this one. How do Fnatic play this? Feels like a crossfire setup. Too much to clear for Aspas. Holding towards Jenny. Looking for the first opening. It's a shot in the dark though, with Leo's repositioned down into hell. Has to be excellent! Aspas isolated it. 5 HP though. Tap and a swing from Leo. Any semblance of danger, get it out of your mind.
Definitely thought there was a chance there that Aspas was going to be able to pull a miracle out in the 1v2 against probably the two safest players that Fnatic have in those kind of spots. It's a great attempt by Les. This one really what broke Loud's back though. Kawanzine holding towards Switch, and Leo is so good for getting those final 2 kills. The clearance towards Switch is excellent. And this is the round that breaks Loud's economy. Aspas had invested in an operator.
Watch this.
It's not a fast play towards tiles. Instead, Aspas just walks into mid. Fnatic have been putting so many resources into taking A control, they haven't been watching mid.
He's tucked down into this corner as well, crouched down. I don't believe this is ever going to get spotted.
Has Boaster seen anything?
No, hasn't seen a thing. And they're just trying to punish Alpha, I think, in this position.
0 point finds 2.
They hear the drop though. Aspas hears it. Boaster tucked to the corner, and a shot's landing. Aspas is in danger. More than that!
Oh, beats the movement. Aspas, normally a movement god on Jet, just got tangled up inside arches there. Trying to escape, you saw what he was going for.
Yeah, that would have run.
But with him not being able to escape, the chances of Loud winning this round plummet.
That's really where the danger was lying, with the blade storms in his hand. It would have to be insane shots, I think, from some of these Loud players, and sort of squeeze being put onto Les. Many players about to meet him.
30 seconds left.
Gambles on the wrong side.
Lambot there, smoke to cover it up here, vulnerable up, but it does not matter. Not when you're hitting shots like this. Les is calm with the aim. Enough to rattle 2 of those shots off. No util into the corner. That's the ult popped off for Chronicle. He's leading the charge, and the rest of his team, he wants another go of it. Time though, running short to get themselves onto the side and get that plant down.
Chronicle took that fight on 15 HP.
Yeah,
if Kawanzine had landed a body shot, he's knocked to his knees.
Post-plant positioning though is good for Fnatic. Chronicle tucked towards into B main control. Oh, angle being spammed. South but back inside of this one. Semi-cleared, they don't really know how to really approach it here. Loud, good nade to clear it out, but here's Chronicle. Definitely, yeah. Strikes from behind, syncs it up with the rest of his team. And Fnatic taking the lead now in the second half.
This Fnatic team is so dangerous. At any point, any one of their players can just turn up and win them around. The danger of having a super team, a genuine super team. Loud though with their economy back in their grasp, locked down on both sides. Aspas at the top of the scoreboard, I think, has got to be a difference maker. They've been using the drone to set him up on B main. Fnatic have not usually been playing there. This time, everyone's in tiles.
Get out of my way.
Tara to try and take a bit of earlier contact here. I believe a lineup being spotted. In fact, even the dart on top of this. Not enough damage being done though.
Durka got caught, scaling up mid, activated the alarm bot, and Les was good for it. They were trying to get a set play where the Jet is kind of entering through market, but there was nobody to try and help. Durka was taking that space based on everyone being funneled towards the distraction in B main. And Les kept the awareness to be able to deal with it. So without the entry player now, this really limits your opportunities. You have to split through mid.
Shadows traveling.
Sadak, all eyes on him. Currently at the bottom of the scoreboard here. He's got to use the util to try and slow them down. He does that, at least. Knife was good, wasn't broken. A flood attempt in, 2 years. Dropping down here. Fnatic encroaching slowly, surely, but yeah, I mean, being picked apart here still. Oh, line him up! And Chronicle Almost with the three-piece. Shut down in the end. Pop flash around the corner. Has to be respect being shown. Battling through. Drop down to the corner. These angles are impeccable by Fnatic. Coercing dropping down though, still with the Odin. Anticipating the re-peek. Plenty of bullets left standing yet. How does Leo hit it? Brought it to the 1v1. So much damage done yet. Is he going to expect this? Less. Not on the heels, but straight from the flank. This is so unusual. No way. It's being watched for less. Only needed the one. And he hits it. 9-9.
Loud had the read on what was happening there. It was almost an incredible play by Chronicle. It already was incredible, being able to line two of them up from that position at Jenny. And they got into the site with Boaster's smoke, which blooms and offers them opportunities. But less opens, less closes. Thanks to the damage that Kawanzin had already done. Every one of these rounds is coming down to a tiny margin. Somebody making a huge play. A tiny mistake on the other side. Quality Valorant that we're spotting here. Going into the next, Sadak has a judge online towards A main. Fnatic's utility is normally good enough to push players out of these spots. We'll see what Sadak's plan is.
Not too sure.
Deliberately makes a footstep, looking to try and bait out utility early. He wants to make it feel like there's pressure in this situation. 0 points already been used. So now Sadak sneaks back in.
Yeah, close. Rip to the corner here. Just got to spam wildly into the smoke and pray for a kill as well. It could be on either side, either direction. 2 years. Can't calm down the aim in time, and Dirk is just far too clean with it. Still, TPing up towards the box here. Boaster brought down. Hunter's Fury is a real thorn in their side and more. Damage being done. Beautiful kill onto Dirk.
Lockdowns on both sides. Does Alpha decide to use it? He's in position.
Yeah, close to the corner here. So any answer used on either side, just a lockdown to clear out the site.
I mean, both teams have to leave.
They have to respect it.
It's much better for the retakers here.
You know, getting detained here maybe forces the issue ever so slightly, but still Loud. Now regaining control. They have the front section of the site. Utils being used. Aspas. Already the defuse actually by less. He's just sticking this one all the way through. But still, not enough done, even with the kills flowing.
There's no way Fnatic expect less to be sticking that the whole time. I just don't believe it. Fnatic thought that they'd done enough there to scare the final player off the defuse, I think. Aspas still had both Cloudbursts up, by the way, decided not to use them. And the recon dart just gives less all the info.
Yeah.
That Leo is not going to be contesting that. He knows the positioning of the final player towards Tree. Amazing decision making. And another round that comes down to a slim mark. Certainly looks like it. Such a rarity. Sadak's actually forcing with the judge. But I assume he's going to, you know, use none of his utility and still have 3,300 to buy in the next round. Or 3,200, I suppose. Maybe he's relying on a kill.
Fnatic eager to just not give anything away. Slowly waiting this one out. First few seconds. Lineups in order. Up here.
Placing swarm grenade.
Wonder where that one's gonna land. Okay. Taken out.
I've also done the math wrong there, Brent. Sadak, if he loses this round, is only going to have 2,200 credits for the
Maybe
next.
he's just, I mean, he might just be forcing judges from here on out. I don't know.
I think that's his only hope.
Sometimes, you know, you're at the bottom of the scoreboard, you're like, guys, I give up. Using the judge, holding close corners. Nice exchange here. There's a real danger that Fnatic are going to run out of time. Down to just 30 seconds. Yeah, they've really taken their time with this one. Smoke's refreshed out towards Tree.
Sadak could be the
Drone
difference
clearing
maker.
close. Sadak is close. Inside the smoke. The bullets. Only a few landing. He's weakened here. There it is. Time to strike. And a pre-fire into the corner has surely done enough. Revealed and deleted. Everything has gone wrong for Fnatic.
Well, I'm never going to doubt the judge forced buy ever again, Brent. Sadak knew what he was going for. He was taking a risk there for sure. But Fnatic, their own worst enemies, letting the clock work against them so poorly.
got to be cautious when you're up against the weaker buys. You don't want to let anything slip. You don't want to give anything away. You want to try and, poke out and see if a team is stacking or if they're getting up for anything. But yeah, I mean,
big brain.
That's a little bit too cautious for my liking. But Loud, and the back's against the wall. The money, just working with scraps. They have earned their chance and more with that first pick. Setting the pace and the tone now for this.
Things starting to crumble now. Boaster calling a slow round, and then first death in the next. Does not bode well for Fnatic's chances of being able to recover this. They pulled the trophy out of Loud's hands in front of a Brazilian crowd by making the comeback from 11-3 down, denying the reverse sweep. So anything is possible at any point in this match. Never count them out. But Loud have certainly got an advantage. Loud have certainly got the best opportunity at being able to close out map 1.
Oh yeah.
And especially Fnatic continue to have these slow-paced attack rounds. We're down to 45 seconds. They don't control A main.
They're going straight into Aspas again with the operator. Crouch tucked to the corner. Tree control being watched for. Trying to pull them away, but a read, I mean, it's there for them. Here it is. There's got to be a shots landed here for Aspas. Chronicle takes charge of the situation, dropped down to his knees. There's no real follow-up here. Seeking as well to try and get him back up, crossing to the side, but 20 seconds left into it. They do return with the fire. It's Fnatic. Still need to get themselves into the site. A lot of damage being done to them, and they are being bogged down. There's 12 seconds remaining. They can't cross in. Fnatic wants to save.
It's done. 2 rounds in a row where Fnatic have run out of time.
It's a 12th round earned here for Loud. One more will do it.
What a setup from Loud, though, on that A side. They have Aspas holding from Dice, a player forwards as well, creating that pressure for whenever Aspas needs to get another bullet in the chamber. Look at Sadak there, how close and aggressive he's playing to put pressure on them and buy time for Aspas to get set back up.
Yeah.
And Kawanzin, when he uses his drone, tags both players.
Didn't want an easy coronation. Nothing like it. Now they're making them work for it. Enough money to buy, though, for Fnatic here. All grouped up. Setting their sights over towards B. Order util. Sent flying. Taken out, taken care of. Hunter's Fury close here. Aspas has not been removed, but finally there's an Anna Swarm tucked towards the side. He's got to dodge it. Lovely by Alpha. Breaks open and cracks open the side entirely.
Well, a lot of people are looking towards Alpha, making his claim for another MVP kind of run from what he's done in the group stage and what he was able to do at Tokyo. And he's saving them here.
What?
Again, he saves them.
Disgusting shot, almost with a quick scope, but he's done enough in this round.
Surely.
He should have done enough, surely. Kawanzin beams them all down here.
Recon dart back in 3.
28 bullets.
Not ready yet.
There's the dart, smoke in his face, makes it difficult to try and chew through. Everybody dodging towards the side here, nobody being revealed, nobody lit up. Kawanzin really, how does he play this one? Dodge to the side, 16 left in the chamber. Lovely peek by Boaster, so doesn't let Kawanzin get away with too much there. 10-12.
And as Loud know, the final rounds to put Fnatic away are the most difficult. Nobody knows that more than Loud. Nobody has been hurt harder by that statement than Loud. And Alpha comes out with just a disgustingly good round.
That's nasty.
To be able to pull things back within 2. Once more, the Loud economy is getting squeezed. It feels like they've been winning, they've got that 4 in a row, and yet look at the buy that they're coming in with here to round 23. There's a Blade Storm and 2 hero rifles, but it's not a full rifle round.
And another slow beginning for Fnatic. It's been biting them.
You think back to Loud's attack side, and sure, some of the rounds were defined within the first 10 or 20 seconds. But if Loud were ended up winning those skirmishes for map control, then they were in a nice spot to win the round overall. Whereas Fnatic are taking a much more slow-paced, diligent approach to how they clear out the map, and it is making the clock a serious factor.
Best thing to lock down into this one, this time showing the respect. It's allowed here, despite the weaker guns, despite the economy being a bit broken. TPing into the back here. Tucked to the corner though. Where's the clearance? Lovely paranoia. Kawazine, yep, out towards the open. Aspas! Where'd he pull those from?
I think just updrafting over towards the spawn area. He's caught two players trying to get through B.
I mean, this is now more than winnable. This could be it to seal the deal for map number 1, but still.
Alpha's at logs.
Tucked into this position. Alpha is going to have to be that difference maker. Dash, close to the corner, it's cleared out. Alpha, beautiful shot, Boaster. Is he going to redeem himself here? 2 years though is deep into Boathouse, 2 versus 2. Rifles gain and purchase, paranoia. It's a lovely connection. Cuts away on the sidelines. Leo is left wondering, where are they? Boaster with so much more to do. This is for the map. 7 bullets, dropping down, a tap onto it, less seeking to try and force the fight out. It's played to perfection. Boaster is just not losing clutches.
It's incredible the development that this guy has had. You heard him talk to Sadak about it before Champions began. This is a player that nobody wanted to pick up for a team. He had to make his own squad, and now he's there, leader of a super team, developing his own individual play to be able to answer openings like that against Aspas. He closes things out against another monstrous player, outplays less, making the clock his best friend.
Oh, here we go.
And we're into the final round.
The barriers are already down. Paranoia in the face of Aspas though, holding him with the op close to the corner. Fnatic! They're really rushing into this one now, and there's a punish by Kawazine again. Immaculate with a utility.
So similar to the pistol brand, they didn't break the recon.
So much damage done.
Kawazine's one away from getting Hunter's Fury online. They're hard anchoring B though with Aspas here. Fnatic have not really been mixing things up too much. Boaster's leg is spotted.
No punish though. Another tag here from the drone. Putting it into the common angles, and this is going to be chipping away at them. Look at Boaster. Falling to half health.
This is certainly going to be the most difficult round for Fnatic to win.
Spanner in the works, isn't it?
No major ultimates to work with. No jet to entry and break crosshair placement. Players chip down weak. Loud still at full strength.
And they're set up for even more than that. Another pick going their way. Boaster falling. Just that one round that they need, and Loud getting ever closer now. Nade.
30 seconds left.
Drop down, spotting him away. Hunter's Fury, it's all just being combined. Straight to the edge here. Don't believe it's stretching far enough. Yep, being avoided steadily, but 20 seconds remaining here for Fnatic. They got to get a move on here. Now Flash is magnificent. Leo with the most to do, but this is it. It's curtains for map 1. Loud, fully in control, not a chance in hell. Spike in nowhere, man.
I have the spike.
And Loud know it, they can feel it. A fantastic beginning to the series.
Bringing out. If anything, Fnatic have just continued to get better and better and better, as you're saying, and Loud have been forced to go in a more similar style with their composition. And now they are the pretenders, trying to catch up with what Fnatic are doing here. This is going to be a very tough map if Loud want the 2-0.
Well, let's get to it here. Our first pistol round of Lotus. Map number 2. Already fast beginning here for Loud. Smokes popped up in their faces, but they're going to be giving them easy access to the A side. Full clearance out towards Tree, and Fnatic playing offside there for the retake. Nade still being held for Aspas. He saved it. Not for a rainy day, probably when the flood tries to come through. Bit of a tap to bait it. 3 players in Tree might get awkward though. That's why the door's rotating. Need to reposition from this one.
Alpha versus Less happening over here by the breakable door.
Door broken. Less, oh, spots it. And, wow, taking a new angle. With Alpha here falling, that could be more than a difference maker. Still revealed. Multiple players tucked into Tree. Nade, a lot of damage being done. A lot of players weak from Loud, and Less still might have to be that difference maker. Smoke in their faces! And it's all Fnatic just falling to pieces.
Every pistol round won by Loud so far.
Yep.
They really are looking like they're in that Champions form from last year. As Parla was saying, when they were winning every pistol. And I completely agree with the desk. I think that's one of the biggest reasons why Ascent went the way of Loud. The gun rounds were 10 and 6 in favor of Fnatic on our first map. That's incredible that the map ended up going the other way.
It's the pistol rounds and the bonus conversions that made the difference for Loud.
We saw Loud's economy getting stretched so much because Fnatic was so good in those rifle situations.
Here's a fight, here's a skirmish and a bit of a brawl, but It's Loud seeking to contain, put a stop to it. And that is a lovely target for all the kills to be funneled up on. Kawanzin's like, get off that orb.
Yeah, exactly. Nightfall is going to be available for the next round. I mean, Kawanzin can just decide to try and hunt, and whether or not he dies or whether he gets the kill.
There's 2 more orbs.
Yeah, they could just go hunting for orbs too. I mean, they could go hunting for orbs in the next round. Either way, they're going to pretty much have a guaranteed major ultimate to be able to win their bonus round.
Always an awkward spot when you're the last alive on an eco round for Shorty.
I love the way that Boaster's sprinting over to the A side,
Yeah, I mean,
trying to get some value out of it, hunting down with the
this is
Prowler.
a Prowler in his face, just trying to bait them up close. The top of the site, but contain, drop down, he's making a go of it, but that is incredibly clean.
And Kawanzin gets the spike plant for the Nightfall online. So Loud easily cleaning up that anti-eco situation and setting themselves up for more momentum. This is where Fnatic have got to win the round. It might seem like a trivial thing to be talking about when we're only 3 rounds into Lotus, but this is how Loud generated that momentum and won on Ascent. If Fnatic are going to be beaten at this point when they're still incredible in rifle round situations, it's through situations like this. It's by creating momentum against them.
Maybe they can convert it. The Nightfall there, but here we go. Oh my God! Is that an attempt, a chance to try and fight over it? Spamming into the corner. No amount of nerdy lineups will save you from this one. It's a deficit of 2 players now.
Those
That is
are
down.
some ridiculous shots. Fnatic have got all the pressure on them currently, and the Nightfall didn't even have to be used.
Aspas doesn't know about the cross though. Already into the back of the side. That's Alfie. He's dropped down. Hasn't made any noise about it, but now spotted as well. But that shot rattled off. Aspas is going to seek to contain. He does. Doesn't get messy, doesn't get hairy, and there it is. 1 player left standing. It's Chronicle. Desperate to keep the rifle, but won't even get that. A Prime came in flawless. A bonus round conversion. It's part of the course from map number 1, but this is insane. They're doing it on arguably Fnatic's best map.
So I want to point out how Sadak is using his Viper Orb. Look at the positioning of this. It means that they can go straight from the Astra smoke into the Viper Orb whilst never getting caught by Leo's Haunt. This is a very specific anti to the way that Fnatic like to play towards A, and I'm not sure how long it's going to take for Fnatic to realize this. The Loud are getting a lot of space for free just by using that Viper Orb in a slightly different spot, and by Fnatic using a smoke that kind of helps Loud take space at this point. They're like caterpillaring their way through to rubble, using their opponent's smoke utility.
Just hiding from the Horn the whole time. B main control is lost. Lots of weapons in Fnatic's hands where they could really do some spam damage as well if they've got the right angles for it. There's a Guardian in the hands of Leo, the Sheriff's on top of it. Nade rebounding, they want to try and fight all the way over this one. And look at this, picked to pieces, left into the 2 versus 2. Chronicle backs away, damage. Definitely done to 2 years, a single shot would bring him down just from the Marshall plant. Anything to push this off, tucked to the corner close enough, and it is being covered still. Plant there, and a chance. More than that, Boaster still, he's up against the doubled up position of the Loud players. The smoke's being watched, so definitely got messy.
There was some nice shots here there from Leo and from Boaster, but not enough to be able to overcome the rifle advantage that Loud have created. And now Loud are getting so close to so many ults. They haven't even had to use the Nightfall that Kawanzin got online in round 2. Now they're going to have Showstopper, they're going to have Lockdown. These are the 3 biggest offensive tools that you have to put pressure on Fnatic. And Fnatic find themselves in almost exactly the same spot they were on Ascent.
Yeah.
Defending against a team that is creating a snowball of economy and ult advantages against them. And stealing their own strategies with the Odin, by the way.
Yep, the spam onto the line of side corner, there will be no early challenge.
Sadak has been watching the VODs. You can see the prep dripping off everything he does.
It's the #1 thing that really teams should have been taken away from Fnatic this entire time. Maximizing the usage of it. Prowler out towards tree.
And here comes Aspas picking up the Showstopper.
And here it is, huge ult with Durka falling.
That's just spammed through a smoke, I think. Though it's possible Durka had tucked in the corner trying to take a fight. That's a disaster. The first deaths really hurting Fnatic on Ascent as well. Durka on the attack side it was at that point. finding it difficult to generate advantages. Nightfall, it's a fake, but it doesn't see anyone, so do Loud pivot.
Do they want to commit to this?
Oh, what a mess.
Poster, hold on. It's crouched and spamming, cleaving into the wall. What is the approach from Loud here? Bit of a pump fake. He's collected a second one on that. Okay, got to try and get a move on though if you are Loud here. 3 versus 3, Boaster's made this more than winnable. Nade, getting out the one section of this one, but really it's going to have to be a post plant played on site. Boaster has the Cosmic Divide. It's earned up. Everyone off the site though.
Cosmic Divide does not stop a showstopper though.
That is true.
That rocket will fly straight through.
Enough to earn them that space though. Did he even want to try and commit this ult? Looks like they should be. There it is. Cosmic Divide. As soon as they drop down though, showstopper unleashed. Fuse starting to burn down and dwindle. Beautiful seas. Rocket to the side. There's nowhere to run. Not for Chronicle to survive that. And it's tucked just to the side on top of it. Fnatic, got too many angles to watch for here. Really nice post-plant positioning. Leo's taken out.
They had given up by that point. Leo was just trying to escape and was denied the opportunity. Boaster had already made the call to flee. Loud are looking sublime here. People were wondering if Fnatic even could be beaten. And Loud are laying the roadmap.
Oh yeah. I think back as well earlier, you know, we were seeing the piece of all the teams at the beginning of the day, Boaster talking about it. You know, winning 2 titles in a row, you have a title or a target on your back.
And he also said, Boaster said, I know we're going to lose at some point. You can't just always win. The question is it going to be today? Can they rebound in this moment?
That'll work.
Wondering what they can really do into this one.
Leo's brought down to 700 here, so
There's no armor with the Guardian.
Yeah, well, his economy's really stretched. He's just going for a Guardian light armor, and he can't really use all of his utility either.
Classic Haunt over the top there to try and take some of that space. Just seeing shots fired here. Door opens up wide. Alpha, that is maybe overstepping himself. Hello. That's a spike drop down. Potentially heard there just from the spam. And Boaster, he's doing work with the Odin.
Makes things awkward for Les. The door opening is just so good, but Durka punishes Cowan for going for it.
Yeah, it's a little bit all over the place right now for Loud here. And Fnatic,
There.
skilled enough
You should
to be able to make the rounds winnable. Lockdown. Will be placed down. Durka making a go of this one now to reposition. Aspas just making sure that he holds that one area of the map. There's a detainment online. I want to head back over towards C, straight into Durka. Plenty of chances, but no connection, at least no kill.
And Les really sharp there, being able to take down Durka. The fight's happening in spawn. Good double face.
Yeah, a little response there by Leo with the trade. Now he's got the knife. Does he really seek to use this? Yes, it's a 2v2. Wants to make a go of it. It's just left up to Leo. Can see where the trail is pointing him into the corner. Dodge to the side. Les is not lacking the confidence.
Both Killjoy players absolutely popping in this series so far. Les versus Alpha is a battle to watch. Alpha dominated the first map. He's been caught out a couple of times to start here on Lotus, and Les has taken over. Absolutely taken over. One of the big win conditions for Loud being able to start that reverse sweep attempt at lock-in too was Les having phenomenal maps on Lotus and on Split.
Same beginning with the Haunts. Dropped. Snakebite causing a bit of vulnerability, but front section of A, rubble control. It's gained and held by Loud. Oh, as soon as that door is pressed! Yeah, that is cheeky.
That's fantastic. Fnatic continue to iterate.
Here's Durka, operated O, not revealed. Alpha close to the corner! And the movement couldn't land the third. It was traded, but Durka was instantly there. The peak from main.
And threats on either side of the map. The kind of short and close setup from Fnatic there towards Mound. And then Boaster spamming through towards Switch on A. No matter where you go, Fnatic have got good ideas, and this, the first to be able to put a round on the board by the look of things.
There's definitely money to make a go at this if you are Aspas. Economical damage is good on top of it.
Left.
All right, Josh, it's looking like locked up here. First round win for Fnatic on Lotus.
And if you think back to Ascent, this is a similar kind of situation. Loud were able to get 4 in a row. Fnatic answered back, I believe, with 5. It'd be difficult for Fnatic to be able to do that here again, and they have less rounds to work with.
10
Loud
seconds left.
already finding 6 and the momentum in their favor. But we have seen Fnatic go on streaks, especially if they start to figure out how Loud are playing.
Yeah.
And not only does Boaster get the kill onto Sadok there, but they also realize that the presence on A was a fake.
Okay, I only have like
Door opens, Sadok
78
dies, there's no
minutes
follow-up
left.
whatsoever.
Hopefully.
So these are the kind of things that Boaster will be reading into. And certainly, Loud are going to be more diligent with how they take that area of the map again. Alpha's picked up an AWP.
It's going to be up to him to try and lock down that C angle. Straight down towards Mao. No one going to be facing though, not early on. Loud grouped up. Down towards B. One's not broken, it's a stack from Fnatic, and the door's broken, so starting to flood back into this. One with a showstopper in the hands of Durka. If there is any presence here, they want to go for it. Okay, why not? Straight into them! Blown to pieces. It's a bloodbath in main. That proactivity, you love to see it.
And there's the value of having the Astra on the team. Tui's playing Omen here, but Boaster just looks amazing with all the ideas he has around the map. Les trying to make something happen against a weak Chronicle, but taking a fight against Leo, and Leo's good for it. Cleaned up. What a play by Fnatic. What a call on that from Boaster and Durka. That is excellent stuff.
It's where Fnatic really excel, I think, as well, just those defensive ideas.
Oh, I mean, the C's too, just in case there's anything happening in that kind of area.
Loving it. Set up. Pull from Boaster on the Astra. Yeah, it's only 2 so far for Fnatic, but knowing this team, not going to be going down easily, not in this half. Here's another fight yet to be taken.
Yeah, massive one.
Potential for
Where are we?
Sees Nane, though, just a Haunt that's taken care of. Still the Molly behind them. There's 4 players seeking to really meet them on top of it. Sees was dodged. Nade sent flying as well. This is really precarious, and really a fight that you just can't afford to lose. The 2 years falling now. We're going to try and pivot. Potentially, Les is making noise towards main. He has pulled players out open into the wide angles.
Les knows that there's 2 players over here, and Loud are going to try to punish.
fine.
On the other side, though, Cowan Zine dropped. And Boaster slips away without getting punished by the squeeze from Breakable Door and main. This attempt to react from Loud has now turned into a lurk play.
Chronicle is worried about stairs. He's actually not watching the one side here. Sadok should be set up for that. Yeah, it's a freebie.
He might be able to pit here and make this a very difficult retake for Fnatic, despite the numbers situation.
They do still have the lockdown, so if they do pit, probably going to see that space being played for now. Boaster and Alfie are playing together. It's important to get the lockdown off. The Loud have a play in mind to try and disrupt this one. It's going to push them all the way into Durka. Out towards the edge.
Durka's actually moving away.
They don't want to fight over it, yeah.
Clearing out Heaven instead.
Cosmic Divide just going to be used to block off that particular portion. Another Nana Swarm. Really there, decay damage. Boaster is really getting chipped down, and low, but still Durka. It's not to defuse, anything to push this away. It's a nade. Everybody's collected close to the corner. Time is ticking. Tick-tock, blast pack.
Aspas
or
has
the
another.
util, and the pit has not fallen. Time is short. And Fnatic forced to just scurry away, back away.
What a round, what a recovery from Loud. Putting the squeeze on Fnatic despite the fact that they were down a couple of players. Sadok with his timing through the breakable door. Fnatic put early pressure A and then went to go and react into B. They knew that Les was applying pressure there, but I love that call from the IGL of Loud to be able to get himself in a position where he can hit Chronicle, who's worried because he's lost so much of the map information, and then pit in the post plant. They played that situation perfectly.
Fnatic just resorting to these all-out fights. Still stacked up over towards A.
Sadak is also just putting himself in a really nice spot with this Viper Orb.
Two players watching. Bosa's holding the crossfire, but no, it's out to the open. Durka thought it was clear. Bosa seeking as well to try and take the fight straight to him. Yeah, cut to the corner, and yeah, does land it. So evens it out eventually. 4 versus 4.
Aspas with the ultimate as well. This is going to be so difficult for Alpha to
Rocket
deal
up.
with.
Prowler! It's good and latched to the side.
That was a lot of damage on Alpha, but no kill.
No kill at all. Still 4 versus 4 plan. Start going down here, Kawazine. Nothing to disrupt him. Be able to get that one down as well, setting up to the post plan. Only one player onto Mount.
Oh, this is a very aggressive post plan position, though. They have Paranoia, they have Haunt. This could really catch Fnatic off guard once they send it.
As soon as Util starts to get flying and flown straight into it, sees out to the back, Paranoia, the Haunt, over to the top, not quite landing the lineup actually, disrupted ever so slightly, he's still making a go of it. Running away in, they just have to hit these shots as well. The utility has faded away, but again, it's time pressure, it's ticking away, and Alpha here with the op, forced once more. You gotta save it, you gotta back away, it's not winnable.
This has been a masterclass by Loud, finding every gap in the Fnatic setups, using their own utility against them to push Fnatic backwards, create openings, win post plants. If this is the form we are going to see from Loud now that they've hit the playoffs, no one will remember Tokyo.
Oh yeah.
Think back to last year. It was the same story. Loud bombed out in Copenhagen. Does anyone bring that up? No, because they won champions that year. They're the defending champions coming in to this tournament.
That's what all the talk's about, you know, the culmination of the year, the most important event of the year. It's what everybody sets their sights on. All that matters, being in the right form for it at the right time. Loud, firmly in the driving seat and more. Doesn't matter if they've fallen on hard times.
If Fnatic are able to get 4, though, at the end of this, with an attack-sided map, the way that these compositions work and the way that these IGLs call, it won't be too bad.
I think that's why you saw them take the timeout then as well. That was the second timeout being taken in the first half with only 2 rounds remaining.
Alpha's also just been getting pushed back, not able to find the value out of the operator, forced back from one angle to the next. And again, getting more and more passive. The lockdown just being used to push the Opper even further backwards. But Loud are not hitting off this.
Yeah, obfuscating and hiding here, tucked to the corner, inside the pit as a Prowler!
Wow, that's so good!
Just pre-firing it.
The lockdown pushes Chronicle into one half of his pit, and the Prowler gives away his location.
It's up to Poster now. With the ult in, this timing is ridiculous, Poster! Pushing forwards, of course, risks have to be taken, but now it's a 2 versus 4 plan. Down, Alpha here. Drop down silently. Returns of the 1. Durka with another. This is more than winnable. Nade. Still in the back pocket. If he knows both these players now playing inside tree as well, rebounding. All the chances in the world.
What a smoke.
Yeah, smoking themselves off here. Just so that they can spam, just so that they can use the util vulnerable up, drop down onto low HP, but there's that nade. That's how important it was. Sadak to 1v2 for Fnatic. A nasty way to play it. Cut up the crosshair placement. Jumping right into his face.
The dream duo of Durka and Alpha, secure what could end up being a vitally important round for Fnatic as we head close to the end of this first half. Attack-sided map, everything matters in this first. And finally we see the value coming out from Alpha. He's had a bit of a rough half so far. Probably his first of the entire tournament, actually.
No, guys. No, guys.
Yeah. Because Loud did do everything right in that last round. I mean, you're seeing pain on their faces, yet here it is. Last round here of our first half. Nade sent flying immediately straight towards them. Durka just running right through the Nana Swarms. Wants another go of it. Here it is, the pull, collecting them all. The ult prime for the taking. With the showstopper going flying, no kills. Only damage being done. Aspas.
Leo's
Dropping
stuck.
and falling. Leo stuck to the corner, but still it's a 2v5. It doesn't matter if he's stuck. You're trapped in here with me. 4 rounds for Fnatic. A prime game in Flawless to finish the half. Is it going to be enough?
Switching sides.
I think they may have just done enough for them to believe in the comeback. I mean, the recovery here and the confidence that they're still playing with, the form from Durka, Alpha, and Leo just on his own, being able to win these duels. They've got chances. This is going to be a tough one for Loud to close again, as Ascent was.
Yeah, the leader, oh, listen.
Loud have eliminated 2 EMEA teams already in Group D, and now they're looking to knock Fnatic down to the lowers. We're about to head into the pistol. Loud have won them all so far, and this one may be defined by this clash towards Mound.
Oh yeah, it's already beginning, isn't it? One way set up, recall start.
Cautious from Fnatic.
Turret spotted, so I can't actually break that one. Was being watched. They're really trying to push this one, man. I mean, Aspas running for their own one-way, for God's sake.
They were looking to go for the NRG play with
They're
the
trying to
paranoia.
squeeze them. It's being contained, though. The tower wasn't taken care of. Sadak ended up falling. He was tagged up, slowed to a crawl. Damage done. No kills found. Alfia survives.
He's so weak. The reaction as well from Fnatic is almost impossible. They don't really understand where to go on the map. They're going to take the fight towards B.
Collected, though, and winning it. It's Chronicle and Leo. The most to do in this scenario, particularly Chronicle. He's had a rough one so far, this map, but that's a way to step all the way back up to the challenge. And more. This is Fnatic winning their first pistol round of the series. Well, it's looking like it.
And what a time to do it. After Loud have won 3 and snowballed those into bonus rounds and made things so difficult for Fnatic to start out each one of these halves when you need a comeback to occur, down 8-4. Fnatic deal with the aggression, and they're able to close things out here. Makes the comeback extremely doable.
Oh, yeah. Attack side of map.
I'm very impressed with how they dealt with this too. There's a couple of missed shots for sure, but there's still a lot of danger in that round. You know, Loud are coming out with some fantastic ideas on the pistol, and Fnatic are forced to respond. This is the first time they've actually been able to do that properly. Rifles up everywhere. 4 rifles? That is not normal.
All the bluster being shown. Up against the eco. Loud have got a bit of a pinch going on as well. I mean, they've taken B main control, holding towards C. Any
Looks like
signs of it? It's a trap play maybe off the paranoia?
Yeah, another paranoia being held by 2Es. This is one of the things that the Omen offers you that the Astra doesn't. We saw Boaster go for a couple of these plays with the pull, but the paranoia is very good at being able to activate traps if you have somebody holding contact or a piece of Killjoy utility, or sometimes teams will do it off an orb.
Yeah.
Here, though, there doesn't seem to be too much danger. Remember, though, that Fnatic did end up getting squeezed by the clock a few times on Ascent. And if they have a slower approach and Loud hold on to all of their utility, perhaps the same issue could rear its head here.
No one's going to be waiting to receive them, though, over towards C. I think the calling has done a good job here. It's pulled most of the Loud players out and over.
Little swap around there. Boaster taking the Marshal, looking like he wants to try an entry with it, so that if he goes down, Fnatic still keep those 4 rifles up.
There it is. Satchel through and across. Have to use the util here.
And this is very similar to the play that we saw actually broken down in that comms video.
It is, yeah.
Throw it up to the player to be able to get the plant down. Other people on Fnatic holding these angles. No Cosmic Divide for this one. And then Fnatic are going to be able to drop back into post plants. Loud's economy just isn't at the spot for them to be able to win this round, outside of some ridiculous Sheriff shots from Les and Aspas, but Les already hits the floor.
They swap guns again. It's Durka this time, though. He's trying to make a play for the ult. That's why he's doing it.
His sisterhood of the Traveling Marshal.
Yeah, I mean, the amount of hands is exchanged is crazy, but here we go. He'd love these kills here. Loud just seeking to try and go down to the spike here. Got to try and deny Durka this chance. They do. Just drop, but still only 2 away now with that death.
Durka's ultimate is the one that Fnatic like to prioritize the most. Loud throw themselves into the abyss, making sure that they don't feed any of those ult orbs that end up being extremely important to the Fnatic game plan. Now, are we going to see Loud try and contest ult orbs? It's very common here for Boaster to call some kind of strategy that revolves around taking map control and Durka getting at least one of the orbs online.
Might be hard-pressed to do so. Lots of chances. I mean, there's literally 3 orbs on the map, so Fnatic could make a play for either one of them, but looks like just leaving Chronicle to watch over towards A. There will be a lot of utility probably sent flying on the Loud side of things. Onto the top of the boombot, a bit of spam. Make sure nobody's crossed.
And now they can post up 2Es. This is again something you can do with the Omen that you don't find as much value with an Astra. And Fnatic do get that orb online on the opposite side of the map for Durka. Now Durka can try and play towards the B orb. You can see the kind of methodical way in which Fnatic approach the attack side. Trying to maximize their advantages. Loud have read this though.
Yeah, they're seeking to try and make a play towards it. Sees.
Doesn't
just
catch.
avoid it.
Very close though. Is there another layer to this?
Not gonna have much else when it comes to utility. And yeah, he's grabbed the orb. So now with the
40
orbs
seconds
online,
spent to be able to get Durka his ultimate.
2Es holding close.
This
Snake
lineup
bite.
to try and remove 2Es from on top of Rubble.
They're gonna fight it. Prowler, Paranoia, sent on top. Not a fight taken close towards it still. Tucked to the corner. Loud, need to be really careful here. Again, because of that showstopper, you can see them finally realizing they have to respect it, but down to 35 seconds.
And at some point here, the time is going to become a little bit of an issue for Fnatic. It looks like they're set up for a B
30
split. It's an
seconds
A fake into a B hit, and there are
Kawazin.
2 players waiting here.
Kawazin doesn't hit the shot. It was just crossed into him now. And let's see it. Nanoswarm's closed.
There goes the showstopper.
It revealed it. Yep, Turk has dropped. Sight's going to be theirs, though. Still, that plant will be able to go down. Nothing to really push this one off here. Few seconds to spare. Taking up positions once more. Chronicle watching Leo's back. Doesn't have to worry about the little door here. It's going to be that full retake from Loud. All back section of the site. Sending in the bullets flying their way. Alfie will fall here. There is a pull onto it. A tap to try and force and bait it out. First layer of that utility. It's going to be dragged out of them here, but Fnatic are just playing this so excellently. As diligence shown still. They bait Boaster out wide into the open. No more util! And it's all being covered. Just as I say it, it looked like Fnatic had a chokehold on it, but no. Loud, meticulous with that retake.
And also benefiting from the space that Fnatic give them on site. Fnatic are frequently playing their post plants off site. And I think Loud know that. You know, the player that would be going aggressive and taking space is Durka. And when he falls, Sadak just calls for his team to take space in the site itself and post up towards the breakable door and towards B main, knowing that he can punish them once they swing to deny the taps. This is an excellently called map from Sadak. And we're still only 3 rounds difference. Durka didn't get a chance to use his Raze ultimate.
Definitely going to be one now, though.
Here it is.
Yep, as soon as it's fired off!
With the pull,
Catches.
another masterclass play set up for there with Boaster's utility.
And Nade was meant to clear less, actually. He can still hold his ground. It's a bit of a missed attempt here. Still, there's so much in his face. 12 bullets left, and yeah, not watching for it. Sees.
How is he standing his ground against that?
It's ridiculous.
It's just waves of utility being thrown at his face, and yet Les still finds value and doesn't back off.
And they push behind him still. Aspas. He's holding it.
Raise
Doesn't
battle.
want to use the nade. Durka, he's eager to take the fight.
Leo gets his nightfall with this plant.
Taps it down. Needs to be a play being made for it. That is ridiculous. Aspas. Such a wide face, such a wide swing. Adjusting with the movement. Leo, though,
missed.
he's tucked close to this corner here. He's going to be stuck in this position. Has to take the fight, and he does not win it. Aspas still locking down Waterfall. It's a series of one-on-one duels being taken by Fnatic, but they are not winning them right now. Loud in immaculate form. Alfie, he's got to come on live right here, right now. Tucked close to the corner. No one's actually putting that pressure on to try and stop this one. Snakebite at his feet. Forced to make a play. And it was all being held.
Aspas does an incredible job in the retake. Wide swings, takes out Durka, wins that duel. Then he wins another one against Leo after he misses his nade. Who needs a nade if you're hitting shots like this? Aspas took over on Ascent, and he's doing the same here again. We have not seen a match recently, that I can remember at least, where Fnatic have lost this amount of the duels that they're taking. One of the advantages of having such a stacked roster is that the 50-50 situations go their way more often than a coin flip. Here, Loud are just taking control of those duels.
It's a seize nade off the rip. In that early conditioning that hasn't been sent flying, but there was nobody really there.
And for Loud, control of this area is even more important and even more useful because 2Es can linger in this spot. How do Fnatic root him out?
What are they going to be using? Through the smoke, it's going to be fading at any moment. Yeah, Prowler, Durka, Satchel up close! Near-sighted! But up close and personal. So he's going to be liking it in that scenario in particular. Aspas, you are greedy for this, man. There's really no safety there. Need to clear out towards the corner, but a Satchel as well to disengage. Kawazine, he picks up the line of side angle.
Is it the percentage play for Aspas to take the fight? Maybe not, but he's got a hot hand and he's winning all the duels. He knows that he, at the moment, is going to be favored in those kind of spots.
You just cannot fold him for it. Not if he's winning it. Late, the Haunt revealing quite a bit. Maybe now the pressure is mounting.
Fnatic again allowing the clock to tick down. There's less than 30 seconds available, and Les is in a spot to be able to destroy any pivot to be. Aspas is one away from his nade again. If he gets another kill, there's 15 seconds.
This is done. They have to win the fight towards the back of the site. With this little time as well, Stars drop down. Satchel for Aspas, doesn't seem to really use it, doesn't land the kill! It's out wide!
That's messy.
There was no coverage there. Kawazine gonna try and survive now. Horn over the top is what his plan needs to be committed. I believe there was just 4 seconds. There is extension towards it. 2 versus 2. Fnatic desperate to stay in this one. Tucked into the corner now with a Horn back online. Leo and Boaster. Leo seeking to cross around. It's a slight angle. You can just see Sadak. But still towards the back. It's duels that need to be won. Forced out. Spamming. It's so damn precarious. Dropping down. Sadak rips away the hopes and dreams. Well earned to get themselves into that spot for Fnatic, but right now Loud are just in such ridiculous form.
Look at the way that Loud are playing with Fnatic in these post-fight situations. Loud are so cautious on the retakes. They're not sending it with a lot of utility, trying to flood in and get aggressive in their face. What they're doing is applying a small amount of pressure, and then Fnatic are the ones going for the swings. Loud are just holding angles, waiting for Leo and Boaster to get antsy in those spots and take a fight.
Vamos!
Loud are relying on their ability to hold angles and win favored duels. And it's Fnatic, actually, that are crumbling in these moments.
Maybe the pressure is getting to them, you know, the target on their backs. Oh, Odin played to spam that corner.
My ult is ready.
Aspas happy to just skip across and still lock and hold on to that. A-Rob will control him in 2 years. Any attempt really by Fnatic. Hasn't really been working out to try and fight over that. Snakebite's good though. It's going to push 2 years a little bit wider. Still those shots rattled across. But for Loud, really comes down to this fight. His nade is beautiful. They knew the Turka has crossed, and there's the punish. The call is made by Fnatic. They want nothing to do with this area. Backing away, but they've got no prior map control. None of the Killjoy utility broken. It's all still active, less with the alarm bot and the turret. It's all watching these corners. And look at Loud already flooding into position. They know which way this is going to be landing. The ult's online, it's just impossibilities. Again, you need miracles from Fnatic. Otherwise, it's going to be Loud on
left.
series point. Time running short, less. That's the lockdown. Doesn't take the fight. Jump spot, Leo with the plans. Boaster wins his duel. Straight up towards them, still it's traded. Lockdown, going down now. But Leo's still here and active. They have to respect this though. No way to break it. Got to play off site, and did he really have anything to deal with this? All being revealed up. Nanoswarm's being deaded very early on here. Stacked on top because they just really don't know if they're actually on this one. Smokes, these are brutal to get through. 2 years, sticking it onto half already. Nothing to break this at all. It has to be damaged, it has to be killed, and it's not in sight. Loud, they've got it all covered, every possibility. And series point on the horizon.
Fnatic with a plant spot that they just couldn't possibly play from as soon as the lockdown came through. The ultimates are overwhelming. Fnatic are struggling to come up with plans to deal with them. And the retakes come through thick and fast. The slow squeeze is too much for Fnatic to deal with right now. Despite their best efforts, There are
This is
4 Guardians coming back into this. Loud have a chance to close things out 2-0 here.
This could end right here, right now. Dirk with a satchel up top. Horn, not broken in time, reveals him up close to the corner here. Gotta land the shots! The nade's done the damage. Where is it? A response needs to be made and it's just not there!
The lurk play by Boaster up through B. If anybody could save them, perhaps it would be him.
Already
but
it's
Leo,
a wraparound. I mean,
he lost
Lester's
the
already
spike.
behind him. It's all up to Boaster. And this is it. A single round stands before them. A single player stands before them. But Loud are on the cusp.
This would be Fnatic's second ever loss on Lotus, both to Loud, and their second loss ever. Only Liquid being able to take down this super team before, and they went and won the EMEA trophy. Loud know it, they can feel it. There's one player left, soon to be cleaned up, and Loud have done it. A 2-0 to take out Fnatic in